Sadiq Khan has done it again and has been publicly humiliated in front of the whole of the country. As you can see where his views lie, literally just in this interaction. Sadiq Khan actually refuses to apologize to grooming gang survivors about him pretending to not know what they were. Yes, this video is excruciating to watch, and it just will make you hate this guy even more. As always, guys, we will watch and react to this, go through a few other bits and pieces, as well with regard to this inquiry within the capital city, London. Please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more. And if you haven't already, Sadiq Khan refuses to apologize to the grooming gang victims. We'll get into Milton's reaction in a minute, but let's just watch this video. Mayor Khan, everybody knows what I was talking about except you, it would appear. So, Mayor Khan, in January, I asked if we had grooming gangs in London. You dismissed my question by saying you didn't know what I meant. So, would you like to apologize to all those victims of the gangs that actually saw you dismiss this? Well, Chair, I'd like to begin these topics by always thinking about the victims and the survivors who've been treated appallingly over many, many years, particularly in the northern towns, and I've led efforts to strengthen protection of children and those women exploited by abuse and exploitation. Yeah, can you just issue an apology to those victims that have since phoned me? I mean, can't tell you how many people have contacted me. Would you just like to apologize to them for pretending you didn't know rape gangs were? Is really important. We're talking about incredibly serious and emotive issue to actually clarify what is meant when it comes to grooming gangs, or in the words of the member gangs. There are a number of things that are meant by this. They include intrafamilial abuse. They include parent abuse. Okay, you're not doing yourself any favors here. Everybody knows what I was talking about except you, it would appear. And since you're the Police and Crime Commission, that's very embarrassing for you. What an absolute disgrace of a human being. Genuinely. He knows exactly what they're going on about, but because it's his race, it's his country of a people that are carrying it out, then of course somebody's going to be standing up for them. Remember, he only has one agenda, and one agenda only. That's the far-right Islamists or doing other things, whether it be pro-Palestine action, whether it be the grooming gangs. He doesn't come out and condemn them, because that's not against his sort of narrative. His narrative is, of course, going after the working-class, everyday white people within this country. That's who he hates. Absolutely. Now, Aunt Middleton, of course, these two have had beef a lot over the years. At Middleton, quote, tweeted this saying, "Zero accountability from a mayor with absolutely zero leadership skills. I will do my very best to ensure British citizens and our children are safe and that London is secure from my very first day in office. I will make London safe again." Of course, Aunt Middleton looking to him become the mayor of London. But my goodness me, what we now 11 months since he said that he didn't know what they are. He's still refusing to really know what they are in that sort of speech there against Sadiq Khan. And of course refusing to apologize. That's what he thinks with regard to the victims. He doesn't care because it would be going against his agenda. Now in terms of the capital city, of course, there's a bit of an update with regard to this, and the men police only investigating tens of cases, and the grooming gangs probe despite finding 9,000. Sadiq Khan repeatedly failed to issue an apology, as we've just seen there, and Metropolitan Police is only investigating tens of cases amid a wide range of sex abuse gangs probe in London despite finding 9,000 historic cases just weeks ago. Met Commissioner Sir Mark Rowley told the London Assembly on Thursday that though the 9,000 cases were identified as potentially falling into the board definition of grooming gangs, upon a further review of 2,200 of them, just 1,200 remained in the scope. During the meeting, he gave details about the nationwide NCA review of child exploitation cases announced a few days ago. Mark said 9,000 cases identified included any cases with 2 or more suspects and at least 1 victim. Mark also warned the public not to use grooming gangs as a catchphrase or phrase because cases often include abuse within families and institutions as well as online. He said using grooming gangs too broadly was a misinterpretation because the audit covered more than just the public understanding of gang abuse. The commissioner said that once initial assessments were completed, the force expected maybe 2,000 or 3,000 to pass the remit or for reinvestigation. However, he stressed this would be a mix of offenses, not just grooming gangs. He added also that the ethnicities of suspects involved in the cases carried and were reflective of the diversity we see in the city. He added, "We do not see the typology reported elsewhere where there have been cases of offending committed by groups of Pakistani men on white British children being the sole or the majority case. Of course, because Sadiq Khan's heading this up, he's in charge of this. Of course, he's like, no. Let's just cover it up. We've already seen the Telegraph expose the whistleblowers coming out, the Met Police coming out and saying that he, Sadiq Khan, was complicit in the cover-up. It is understood that the Met records around 2,000 offenses every month, half of which involve child abuse. As a result, to investigate ongoing crimes as well as historic ones will require extra funding and specialist support." According to Mark, he said, "It's important for us to use precise language and consider its impact on victims and public understanding. There is too much ready reach to simplistic analysis, which risks misleading communities. Nope. We know exactly what you're on about here. Of course, as you can see, Sadiq doesn't even know what it is. But now he's saying that he's led so much efforts, and he's trying to take the spotlight away from Pakistani and people of his skin color. He's trying to go down that route and say, well, no, there's loads, and it's not just my people. It's not just the Pakistanis that are doing it. No, we're investigating these ones because they were the ones that were covered up. Stop trying to create agenda. Stop trying to do this. Stop trying to reinvent what this is. We already know it's out there in the public domain. We already know what it is. Stop trying to cover up your area of London and say, actually, well, no,